everybody, Jason up, New Eddies Revolution car on this delightful Thursday. What is that? Is that glare? Is that like heavenly glare shining down? What is that? Oh, there we go. No, it still is. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, pleasant Thursday. It's been hot last few days. Air conditioning finally installed. An unexpected $5,000. Anyway, I had a thought. Want to talk about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. So, we were talking about the Jack's bone crunching figures yesterday, and I talked about them and then reminisced a little about playing with them. Quick sidebar story. I kid you not. This is 100% truth. There was an estate sale in town today, and it's the ones where, it's 30% off today, 50% off tomorrow, and then 75% off Saturday. So I usually go on Saturday and get some tools, some hammers and some wrenches for 75 cents and just throw them in my toolbox. But I kid you not, there was a carded Bret Hart Jack's Bone Cruncher Series 1. The weirdest coincidence ever. It was $12, 30% off. What is that? $9. And I didn't even have cash on me, so I just left it, and they weren't taking Venmo or anything. If it's there tomorrow or Saturday at 75% off, I'll grab it. I doubt it'll be there on Saturday, but we'll see. But I just thought that was the most ridiculous thing. And one random carded Bret Hart Bone Cruncher Series 1, $12. I don't even think it's, the Bone Crunchers aren't worth anything. But anyway, as I was talking to you last night about them, I reminisced about playing. And I had an apartment when I was 21. I turned 21 in the apartment. And I was working at the mall, and I was only making, 19 grand a year in 1996. But that was enough to pay $450 a month rent, a $205 car payment, and then, scrape up for food. Back then, apartments would cover heat and hot water and cable, so you didn't have cell phone, you didn't have internet, so your bills were minimal. So I was doing fine. But anyway, I would spend Sundays, and not just Sundays, but I would spend some time sitting on the floor of this apartment as a 21-year-old male who, was just out the night before drinking his face off and, doing all kinds of unspeakable things. I would be sitting on my hardwood floor playing with the LJN figures. They were tucked away in a closet. They were hidden in a closet so that, no guests saw them. But I would play with them. Now, I don't remember how deep I was, playing, if I was doing, all these storylines or if I was just goofing around. I don't remember, but I remember playing with them. And so that was 21. That was age 21. I played with Classic Superstars, Jack's Classic Superstars. I played with them a few years before Liam was born. So 15 years ago or so, I remember playing with Classic Superstars, sitting down, storylines. I remember it was when I had a Barry Windham figure, but they didn't make Mike Rotunda, so I used the Killer Kowalski figure that kind of looked like Mike Rotunda, I guess. Jack's was just so bad. And like I told you, I played with the bone crunching figures when I left the apartment, got fired from the mall job, moved back home with the grandparents, and played with the Jax figures. And that's about 22. So I've played with toys well into adulthood. Question for you is that all right? Is that okay? I know it's okay. I'm not actually looking for a no, it's not okay, because that's not the answer. You know, yes, it's okay. It's okay to do whatever you want. You know, do whatever you want. But I haven't sat down and played with wrestling figures since PACW, which was, you know, what, a couple of years ago. And I think it just got, you know, I stopped because I don't know why I stopped. You know, I think I would do more stuff, honestly, and don't take this personally, YouTube, but I think I would do more stuff if it wasn't for YouTube. You know, because then you feel an obligation to do it and film it and edit it and blah, 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 and put the voiceover for commentary and, you know, have the, you know, the theme music and all that stuff. So, like, I didn't want to do that. And that's kind of why you haven't seen a Wrestling with the Past in a little while, because I don't want to put it all together, you know? I don't want to put it all together. So I didn't do, but I was having fun with the PACW. I was having a good time. My kids were enjoying it. They were sitting down there watching me and like glued to what I was doing, as if it were a TV show they were watching or a video game or something. And I enjoyed it. So, you know, I've been thinking, you know, sometimes I want to sit down there and, you know, pull myself up on the floor and bust out the LJNs and have a match. And some people were suggesting, you know, tournaments, you know, have a heavyweight title tournament, have an intercontinental tournament, have a tag team tournament. And that's always where my brain goes when I start to think about playing. It's almost like rebooting the LJN Fed, right? The doors have been closed for so long. I don't have any established champions. You know, I don't have champions. So you'd have to start over. You'd have to have tournaments and have some champions. And then, you know, maybe some feuds come out of the tournament. And I have like a cool heavyweight idea in my head that I was going to do for PACW that would close out that tournament. We'd have a new heavyweight champion, and then there'd be a feud. There would be a feud coming out of that tournament. So I had my ideas. And I know I'm not going to, you know, recapture the joy of youth and you know, I played with those figures daily, you know, well up into late teens, well, mid-teens, I think. Mid-teens, it was just part of my existence. It wasn't like nostalgia or, you know, goofing around, you know, just having a random match. I played with storylines and I played well into 15, 16 years old. You know, intensely played. I'm just going to sit in my parking lot for a while. And I've been thinking about it. Like, I want to have some fun, but I got to see if the you know, if the interest is still there. Because I'm an adult, am I going to quickly lose interest and be like, okay, this is silly? I don't know. But if I do it, you know, it'll probably just be for me. I don't know if I'll film anything, or I might. Somebody gave Mr. Persky gave a suggestion of, you know, have the match, play, and then maybe just, you know, after you play, go back and do some highlights of the matches, and then like maybe show the pinfall, who won. And I think I like that better. I think I like that better than to have to sit down and put together a whole match on camera, you know, make the commentary good. I think I will do it the other way, but I think I want to explore it for myself first. and see how much, interest there is from me. It would probably have to be something that I like kept going with. So yeah, I mean, it might be a silly question, but does anybody else do that? I mean, do you feel comfortable doing that at your age? Look, I don't think there's, in my profession, I'm always promoting play. And you'd be like, well, yeah, for kids. No, for adults. I'm always promoting play for adults. Adults play. Don't fool yourself. You play every day. Whatever it is, you might not be sitting on a floor playing with action figures, but you're playing. If you go fishing, you're playing. If you are going to a gym, you might be like, oh, it's working out. You're playing. A lot of us play video games. That's obviously playing. You take your boat out, you're playing. A lot of us are in organized play, sports leagues, golf leagues, volleyball, basketball, bowling. That's playing. It's just changed from plastic action figures to more adult play, but we are all playing, and I think we all need to continue playing. What is the difference between the golf league and spending an hour sitting on your floor, goofing around with action figures? I don't think there's a difference. I think stereotypically, there's stigma about it. It's totally cool for you to go play on a dart league or a cornhole league, which is about the most, childish game that adults can play. I think it's, and I don't mean it that negatively. I mean it's very childlike. It's very silly. But we can have full-on adult cornhole leagues and feel fine with that. But if we sit in our basement and goof around with our G.I. Joes or our Matchbox cars or our wrestling figures, then that's suddenly what is it? What would somebody say? You're a loser? No, probably not. It's just, so we got to watch out for stigma, because play is necessary. Play is necessary at every single era of life, I think. We've just changed it a little bit to look more acceptable, but I don't care about that. I can sit in my basement that I paid for and play with the toys that I paid for, and then go, be a productive human and not feel bad because somebody, says that that's silly, immature. I mean, who cares? Who cares? So I might. And do you guys? Do you play? Do you play with your kids? I know a lot of you. There's another thing. Why is it okay for us to sit down with, an 8-year-old and play all day with them and then not do it ourselves? I don't know. It is okay. So I've been thinking about it. We'll see what happens. I might need to write up a tournament first and see if it, creates the desire to actually play it out. Like I said, I have the finals in my mind for the world title tournament. I've already booked it, as they say. Intercontinental and tag, I have no idea. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Good night now.